Good morning, students. Once again, welcome back to Web Technologies class. Today, here I am going to explain you about tables in HTML. This is very important your exam point of view, and most of the times we got this question in essay only. Okay, so and this is very easy, and here we have only 5 elements. That 5 elements in detail I will explain, and how to write a program using that 5 elements also I will give you the practical part. Now here actually before starting this concept, let me give you an explanation about give you the information what is the use of these tables. See, without the tables also we can display content on the web page. But why we are using these tables? Using a tables concept, you can display content in a grid format, in a tabular format. Okay, means with the fixed width, fixed column cells, you can display the content. Okay, and that is very easy to the viewers if you are displaying content in a tabular format. Okay, so finally here using a tables concept, what we are doing, we are displaying content in a grid format. Now, how to display that content in a table format? Here we have 5 elements that are used to design a table. Okay, first one here 5 elements. Just you look at the 5 elements: table, tr, th, td, caption. Okay. Now go to the table element. Table element is called as the root element. Okay, root element. Root element means actually this should be the first element in a table structure. Means whenever you want to create a table, whenever you want to display content in a tabular format, your table opening tag should be the first tag. Okay, actually what is the use of this tag? This tag, what it indicates, you are going to create a table structure, and wherever you want to insert a table, wherever you want to design a table on the web page, there you write the table tag. Okay, and using this you can display the data in a table. Okay, and browser will understand that using this tag, the browser will understand that you are creating a table. Now here we have some attributes. Attributes already I have explained. What is the use of the attributes? Attributes provides some additional information about the table. Means example, by default the table will be displayed. But if you want to give a background color to the table, and if you want to design a table cells separately, you need to give some additional requirements what you want. That requirements are given by using an attributes. Okay, so what attributes we can write inside the table, that we'll discuss now. See here, the first one is align, the second one is a v-align, third one is a width, fourth one is a border, fifth one is a cell spacing, sixth one is a cell padding, and seventh one is a units. You have more number of, but here I have given only few. Now let us discuss about each and every attribute of table tag. See, you need to remember one point. If you are writing any attribute, that attribute should be inside the opening tag. See here I am writing attributes. So attributes of table tag. So that attribute should be written inside the table opening tag. See here, what is the first attribute? Align. Align means what actually? Position of the table. When you design the table, when you display table on the browser window, by default where you will get the table? Left and the top corner of the browser window, or wherever you write the table tag, there you will get. Actually by default left side of the browser window you will get the table, but you don't want at the left side, you want to change the position. Like if you want to display the table at the top, at the middle of the browser window, at the right side of the browser window, then what happened? You are changing the position. So that is called as a alignment. Means you are changing the position, you are changing the horizontal position of a table. By default, what is the position of the table? Left. So I want to change this from left to right. So you are changing the position. So if you want to change the horizontal position, then we'll use the align attribute. Okay. Now you see the syntax, table align. So here what is align? Table align is an attribute, table is the tag. So we are giving alignment to the table. So that is why we are writing align attribute inside the table opening tag. So for align attribute, what are the possible values? You can give center alignment, you can give left alignment, you can give right alignment. Okay. So what are the possible values you can give that I have given? But out of the 3 values, you are supposed to give only one value. Okay. Like center you can give only one, either left or right or center. Okay. That is the alignment. Now come to the V align. Here V align stands for a vertical alignment. See, simple just now first align I have given, no? That is a horizontal alignment, left, right, center. V align for a top, center, and actually here also actually syntax mistake some it is a top, middle and bottom here. Okay, just make a note here. V align is it is for a top, middle and bottom. This V align is used to give the vertical alignment. Only simple align gives the horizontal alignment. Vertical alignment means what values you can supply: top, middle and bottom. Now the third one is the width. Width is nothing but actually it specifies required width on the browser window. Example, the browser window width is a 100%. Out of that 100%, I want to use 50% of the browser window for a table only. Whatever content you are writing inside that, it doesn't matter, but I want 50%. So that is given by using a width attribute. Okay. So width attribute specifies the total width of the table on the browser window, and whatever width equals to actually we will give 100%, we can give, or we can give a 50%. That is calculated. You can give in pixels also. The total browser window, I think it is 3050, 4050. So like you can give 1000 pixels, 800 pixels, like that also you can give, or you can give width in a percentages also. Example, width equals to 50% you have given. Then what happened? Total browser window size is 100%. Out of that 100%, we are using 50% width for your table. Okay. So that is the width. Now come to the border attribute. See, when you design a table, whatever content is there, no, inside a table, whatever content you are writing, that content will be displayed. But around the content, by default, borders will be invisible. Means by default, the border size equals to 0. Border inside the borders are, means you will get that borders, but internally that whatever borders are there, no, that is invisible to the user. Why? Because by default the border size equals to 0. Borders will be there, but that borders will be invisible to the user. So if you want to make visible that borders, then you need to give the size of the border. Example I have given, table border equals to 1 I have given. So borders will be visible, and whatever 1 you have given, no, that is the width of the border, size of the border. Okay, so you can give how much width you want, like if you want 5 pixels, 10 pixels, 20 pixels, how much you want, that you can specify. Okay, now next to border I have given, no, next one more attribute is there, border color is also there. See, by default border is invisible. I have given the border. After giving the border, if you want to give the border color like a green, blue, like that, if you want to give, after giving the border attribute, you should give the border color, like a border color pink, green, you can give. But this border color attribute is dependent on the border attribute, because if there is a border, then you can give the color. If there is no border, there is no need to give the border color. Okay, so that is why here I have not given, but in the practical part I will explain how to give a border, how to give a border color. Okay, Now the next one is no wrap. Actually, this no wrap attribute is also there in a Excel sheet. See, Excel sheet, actually in Excel sheet we have a cells, and in each cell maximum you can enter 8 characters. Above 8 characters if you enter, what happens? Whatever remaining text is there, that text is there, but only the 8 characters are visible. So that is called as a wrapping. But if you don't want to wrap your content, whatever content you are entered, you want that content should be visible to your viewers, then you should give no wrap. Okay. Now the next one is cell spacing. Cell spacing means, actually in the attribute itself you have a definition. Cell spacing means it is a space between a cells. Between a cell, if you want to give a 1 pixel space, 2 pixel space, then we can take the help of cell space. The next one is, remember one point, whatever attributes you are giving, no, all those attributes should be in a opening tag only. Now cell padding. See, cell spacing means what? Actually cell spacing means it is a space between a cells. Cell padding means it is a space between content of the cell and walls of the cell, means border of the cell and the content of the cell. That distance is called as a cell padding. Example, for the cell padding I will give you one example. At home you have a balcony, and that around whatever edges are there, that edges, that railing and your home door, what is the distance, whatever distance is there, no, that is called as a cell padding. Okay, it is the distance between the content, walls of the cell. Okay, now cell padding, how much you want to maintain a distance between your content and the border of the cell, that is nothing but the cell padding. Now units, here the unit attribute is nothing but it is used to specify the width and height of the cells. Okay, using that also you can give. It is similar to width also. And similarly here only few attributes I have given, width I have given. Same you can use for height also. Table height, that height is calculated again based on the browser window height. Example, browser window height is 100%. Then if you want to use a 50% height of the browser window, then you can use the height attribute. And if you want to use a 50% width of the browser window, then you can use a width attribute. Border you can give, border color you can give. Okay, you have number of attributes. Here only few attributes I have given. Okay, now come to the next one, TR. What is the second element? TR. Actually TR stands for a table row. Using a table opening tag and a closing tag, you have created a table. So after creating a table, immediately what you have to create? Table row. So table row, if you want to create, here we need an element, because in HTML whatever you want to do, that is possible by using a tags only. Here also, if you want to create rows in a table, then we'll use a TR tag. TR stands for a table row. Okay, so TR tag is used to create table rows, and that is nothing but it is a horizontal structure. Okay, horizontal structure, and that is used to insert the data. And in one table you can create n number of rows. There is no limit that you should create only this many rows, that many rows. There is no limit for this. You can create as many rows as you want in a table, but only one condition is there. Inside the table tag only you should give the TR tag. Okay, inside because table is a root element. Table row is a child element of your table tag. So if you want to create table rows, where we should create inside the table only. So that is why TR tag should be the part of table tag. Okay, and this rows contains number of cells. Now you see the syntax. Table, inside the table I have given TR, TR is called as a child element. So according to the rules, after closing the TR only, you are supposed to close the table. Okay, because table is the outer element. And it is the condition that TR is a paired tag. Paired tag means it should have a closing tag. Okay. Now, attributes. Just now I have discussed about table attributes. No? Here I will explain few attributes of TR element. First one is align. Again, align is a position. But here, where we are using a position in a row? See, in a row will write the content in a cells. So if you want to give a position to your cells content, then we'll use the align attribute. Okay. See, you see the definition. The align attribute is used to define the left right alignment for the data displayed in each column using align attribute. So whatever alignment attribute you have used in a table, that will be applicable to all the rows. But if you want to give a separate alignment for any row, that direct align attribute you can use inside the TR tag. Now second one is a V align. Again, V align it is a vertical alignment. You can give a vertical alignment to your text also using a row. Same, no wrap. See, whatever attributes now I am explaining, no, all the attributes related to individual row. If you want to give a common properties to all the rows in a table, then you can add same attributes inside the table tag. Okay. So again, we align for a vertical alignment here. Next, no wrap. No wrap also just I have explained. No wrap means if you don't want hide the text after the particular length, if you want to make visible the entire text to the user, then we'll use no wrap. Okay. Now BG color for entire row. If you want to give a background color, then we'll use a BG color. Okay. So that is also one of an attribute. And here we have a more attributes. Background attribute also you can give. Means at the background, if you want to add any image, then we'll use background attribute inside the table, inside the TR tag. And the same background tag attribute you can use inside the table tag also. Okay. Whatever attributes you have used in a table opening tag, all those attributes you can use in a TR. But whatever attributes you have mentioned in the table tag, that is applicable for all the rows. If you have given same attribute inside a TR tag, that is applicable for only one row. That is the difference. Now, TD and TH. TD stands for a table data and TH stands for a table heading. Okay. Means I have created a rows, and if you want to create a columns, if you want to create a cells, then we'll use a TD. Okay. Using a TD and TH, we'll create the columns. We can enter the data into the cells. But here, what is the difference between TD and TH? TD for a table data and TH for a table heading. Means in a table, the first row you want to maintain heading as heading for the remaining rows. Then first row is called as a heading row. That heading rows are created by using a TH tag. Okay. TD and TH both are same, but TD contains text in a normal font, TH contains text in a bold font. Okay. And always we want to give some difference between table heading and the table content. So table headings are given by using a TH and table content is given by using a TD. Here also we have attributes. First one is calls per. And once again I am reminding you, whatever align, V align, no wrap, width, height, whatever I have given, all those attributes you can implement inside the TH and TD also. Okay, so when you implement that attributes inside the TD and TH, that whatever attributes additional properties you have given, no, that is applicable for only one cell. Same attribute we can use inside the table, that is applicable for the entire table. Same attribute we can use inside the row, that is applicable for a row. Same attributes we can use inside the TD, that is applicable for a cell. That is the difference. Area is different. Now here call span. See, call span attribute is used to merge the number of columns. See, in an example, in a row we have a 5 columns. I want to merge the first 3 columns. Then here I will use TD call span. 3 columns will be merged. Now similarly, here I have given example program. See, table, HTML table. After that I have given the caption. I have created the first row. Inside the first row, how many columns you have? 1, 2, 3. 3 THs I have given, table heading. Okay, in the second row I have given 3 columns. In the third row I have given 3 columns, like that. This I will explain in the practical part. Now row span. See, example, just now I have given a call span, no? Similarly, if you want to create a row span, if you want to merge the rows, then we'll use the row span attribute. But how many rows you want to merge, that information also you should give. Okay. Now align, as already explained, you can give the align like a left, right, center, that also you can give. Now BG color, you can give a background color to an individual cell using a BG color. Next border color, only for border if you want to give any color, then we'll use the border color. Next width, again width specifies width of a cell, one cell, how much width you want. Okay, next height attribute specifies height of a one cell, how much height you want to maintain for your cell, that is decided by using a height attribute. Now the next and the last element is a caption. Caption means actually, if you want, example, you are creating a class timetable, so you want to give that heading as a timetable, so that whatever heading, whatever title you are giving to a table, that is called as a caption. Okay, so you can add a caption to a table, and that is immediately written after the table opening tag, and whatever caption you are giving, that is applicable for the table in which you have given the caption. Okay. Now table caption. What is the use of the caption? Using a caption we can give the name to the table. Now here for caption you can give a attribute, means by default center of the table you will get the caption. If you want to change that position like a left, right, then you can give the align attribute. Okay. Now this is about your table's elements. Understand? Now we will go through the example program here, whatever I have given. See the table example program. HTML, after the HTML tag you give the table. Actually this should be inside the body section, that I have not given. You all add that body tag. Next, after the table I have given the caption. What is the caption of the table? Table only. Next, this is the first row. In the first row, how many columns I have created? 3 columns, TH, TH, TH. First row is closed. Now the second row I have created TR, TD, TD, TD I have given. Now the third one is, third row I have created. In the third row, again 3 columns, A, B, C. Okay, 3 columns I have created. Now I have closed the third row. After closing the third row, I have closed the table. After closing the table, I have closed the body. So this practical part I will explain you in the system. Okay.